Some quarterbacks in the league are set to make a huge step forward in 2026.
Caleb is going to be in a different stratosphere.
The quarterback position is the most important and intense position to play in professional sports. So today, we're going to take a look at the 5 quarterbacks who are set to explode in 2026 and 5 who will crash and burn. Set to explode, Caleb Williams. Williams played the best football of his young career in year 2 under head coach Ben Johnson, completing 330 passes for 3,942 yards and throwing 27 touchdowns against 7 interceptions. He rushed for 388 yards on 77 attempts and scored 3 rushing touchdowns. He's set to further break out in year 3 under Johnson and new offensive coordinator Press Taylor's system. The Bears' offensive line was further stabilized during the offseason with the additions of Jedrick Wills and Garrett Bradbury. On top of that, Williams has some great offensive weapons to work with. Guys like Colston Loveland, Luther Burden III, Roma Dunze, and rookie Sam Roche, all guys who are high-value passing targets. Williams will also continue to see his unique off-script magic and playmaking continue to blend better with the play clock, resulting in quicker release times. The 2026 season should be a thrilling one for Williams and the Bears offense, and we really look forward to seeing him continue to improve. Crash and burn, Daniel Jones. As exciting as it was to see Jones dominate in the first 8 games of the 2025 season, he's expected to regress in 2026 due to the immense pressure from the organization. Jones is returning to action from a torn Achilles that he suffered in the team's Week 14 matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2025, and is playing on a 2-year, $88 million extension, which will likely put a ton of stress on him to succeed right off the bat. Because of the recovery, it could reduce Jones's mobility, as analysts are predicting that he'll take a step back from attempting rushing plays. The Colts are facing a $50 million payout in his first year of the new extension, leaving zero margin for error if his performance drops during the regular season. While Jones did receive rave reviews for his precision during joint practices with the New England Patriots, he had a brutal training camp session on August 16th of 2026 when the Colts defense intercepted him on back-to-back plays. Not to mention, Jones has a depleted supporting cast, as the Colts traded away Michael Pittman Jr. to the Pittsburgh Steelers during the offseason, forcing him to rely on Alec Pierce and Josh Downs. The Colts offensive line also saw some regression as right tackle Braden Smith departed the team and joined the division rival Houston Texans. It also doesn't help Jones that the Colts have a tougher schedule in 2026, as they're set to square off against the Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs, Texans, Washington Commanders, and Pittsburgh Steelers, all in the first 5 weeks of the regular season. Yeah, that's pretty dang tough. Good luck dealing with that, Jones. You're gonna need it. Set to explode, Bo Nix. Despite suffering an ankle injury in the AFC divisional round of the playoffs against the Buffalo Bills, Nix is expected to further break out in the 2026 season. The Broncos upgraded their passing attack when they traded for Jalen Waddle, giving Nix a dynamic Pro Bowl pass catcher who is capable of creating separation up the middle of the field. Not to mention, the team re-signing J.K. Dobbins is a huge plus, as he'll provide steady veteran support on the ground. Nix posted strong numbers in the 2025 regular season, completing 388 passes for 3,931 yards, throwing 25 touchdowns against 11 interceptions, and rushing for 356 yards on 83 attempts, as well as scoring 5 rushing touchdowns. And now, he looks to add to those already nice statistics in this upcoming regular season. Nix should be fully healthy for the 2026 regular season, as he plans to maintain his active scrambling style of play and learn some new tricks in offensive coordinator Davis Webb's schemes. Nix will also be motivated to play his best football, as he's now in a contract year looking to earn an extension with the franchise. Crash and burn, Geno Smith. Smith is entering the 2026 season back on the Jets, and he could potentially crash and burn with gangrene for, well, quite a few reasons. For starters, Smith is coming off one of his worst statistical seasons with the Raiders, when he went 2-13 as a starter, completing 302 passes for 3,025 yards, throwing 19 touchdowns against a league-high 17 interceptions, rushing for 109 yards on 41 carries, and being sacked a league-high 55 times. Smith posted a horrendous 34.1 QBR with the silver and black in 2025. He's going to be 36 by the conclusion of the season, and he ain't getting any younger. Smith was a surprise scratch from the Jets' first preseason game, dealing with ankle and foot soreness, which is not a good sign, especially since he was sacked 55 times last year, as we mentioned earlier. Not to mention, the Jets didn't sign Smith to a long-term deal, as they're currently trying to figure out who their signal caller will be long-term. They did draft Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik in the 4th round of the 2026 NFL Draft, so if Smith struggles in the regular season, they're going to turn their attention to him. Smith must also deal with the immense mental pressure from his first stint with the Jets, where his play was underwhelming. Set to explode, Kyler Murray. After dealing with an injury-riddled 2025 season with the Cardinals, Murray's set to have a fresh start with the Minnesota Vikings, earning the team's starting job over J.J. McCarthy. Murray has an elite supporting cast to work with in the land of 10,000 lakes with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, and T.J. Hawkinson. Not to mention, Murray will be coached by Kevin O'Connell, a renowned quarterback guru who's gotten the best out of Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold when they were on the team. O'Connell and offensive coordinator Wes Phillips' schemes are designed to elevate quarterback play and get the ball out quickly, which suits Murray's playing style, athletic traits, and processing ability. Murray's dual threat abilities and dynamic escape ability bring a new look to O'Connell's offense, as he's never had that before with his traditional pocket passers. Murray also enters the year with financial motivation, since the Vikings signed him to a short one-year, $1.3 million deal with nothing really to lose, but everything to gain if he performs well. It should be very interesting to see how Murray actually performs in the 2026 regular season, and hopefully it'll be exciting as well. Crash and burn Baker Mayfield. Mayfield enters the 2026 season under immense pressure, as he's going to be playing in the final year of his contract with the Buccaneers while he looks to rebound after his second-half collapse in 2025. After looking like the guy who would possibly win the NFL MVP in the 2025 season, the wheels finally came off, and Mayfield finished the latter half of the 2026 season with 14 touchdowns against 10 interceptions. Not to mention, Mayfield played through lingering injuries, such as a sprained MCL and PCL, which echoed his painful final stretch with the Cleveland Browns. Talks of an extension between him and the Buccaneers broke down before training camp, leaving Mayfield on his expiring deal and feeling undervalued. Mayfield also lost reliable wide receiver Mike Evans, who left in free agency and joined the San Francisco 49ers, and will learn a new offensive scheme under his fourth straight offensive coordinator Zach Robinson, who was hired after the Bucs fired Josh Grizzard. This is going to be a make-or-break season for Mayfield, and if he crashes and burns, well, don't be surprised if the Bucs move on from him in the 2027 offseason. Set to explode, Bryce Young. After coming off an impressive late-season surge with the Panthers and leading them to the playoffs, Young is now looking to make further improvements in this upcoming season. Young's coming off a 2025 season where he completed 304 passes for 3,011 yards, throwing 23 touchdowns against 11 interceptions, rushing for 216 yards on 54 attempts, and scoring 2 rushing touchdowns. The Panthers roster saw some significant upgrades by adding Elijah Cooks, John Mechie III, and Casey Washington to the team's passing attack, giving Young more targets to throw to. Not to mention, the team gets a healthy Jonathan Brooks, who should take some pressure off of Young so he can perform well. It also helps that spending more time in Dave Canales' offense should benefit Young's decision-making and comfort in the pocket. Crash and burn, C.J. Stroud. Stroud faces intense scrutiny from his notable multi-year statistical decline, critical playoff struggles, and immense contract pressures heading into the 2026 season. After his historic 2023 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year campaign, Stroud has seen a serious decline in recent years, leading many analysts to designate the 2026 season as a make-or-break year. Stroud managed 3,041 passing yards in 2025 across 14 games, while his yards per pass attempt dropped from 8.2 to 7.1. If he continues to regress, the Texans wouldn't hesitate to show him the door in the 2027 offseason and find their next franchise signal caller in free agency or the 2027 draft. Set to explode, Jackson Dart. After bursting onto the scene in 2025, Jackson Dart is expected to break out due to his elite rushing upside, and the Giants made massive upgrades with John Harbaugh as head coach and new offensive weapons for him to work with, such as a healthy Cam Scatterbo, tight end Isaiah Likely, and veteran wide receivers Odell Beckham Jr. and Juju Smith-Schuster. The offensive line got bolstered during the 2026 offseason with the additions of Lucas Patrick, Daniel Fa'alele, and rookie Francis Mauigoa, giving Dart more protection for this upcoming regular season. This new-look Giants team is ready to roll, with Dart breaking out and leading the way in a highly competitive NFC East. Crash and burn, Malik Willis. Although Willis performed well in the Dolphins' first preseason game of the 2026 season, he's currently projected to crash and burn due to the team stripping down their roster during this last offseason. While the Dolphins signed Willis to a lucrative 3-year, $67.5 million deal, he has limited starts throughout his NFL career and was mostly a backup with the Green Bay Packers. The Dolphins' offense doesn't have explosive weapons for Willis to work with outside of Devon Achane, so he's definitely in for a rough regular season. The team is projected to have the worst receiving core in the NFL currently. Names like Malik Washington, Tutu Atwell, and Jalen Tolbert don't exactly scream Pro Bowl caliber. Analysts believe the Dolphins front office is executing a tank job, believing that the team won't finish with a productive record in order to earn a high draft pick for the 2027 NFL Draft. The 2026 season should be very interesting. But can Willis maintain the Dolphins offense for the long haul? I guess we're just gonna have to find out. But hey, what quarterback do you think is set to explode for the 2026 season? Who do you think's gonna crash and burn? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then hey, clicking that like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.